Hey guys, it's Mara, and we are at it again with another process video for Craft Roulette. This one is for episode 321. We have a project of a gatefold card, Monet colors, natural element, and random is crinkle inkle. We all love a little crinkle inkle in our lives, right? So, per usual, I triaged my most difficult thing, and it was Monet colors. I'm not going to lie. Monet is not up my alley, and I do not have a lot of floral, and I'm not um, the most keen with watercolor, but we made this work. I've been trying to use my Cricut for a lot more projects lately, and I have added that into my card making also. So we went full throttle with it, and I put in Monet papers. I went to Creative Fabrica and actually got some Monet papers and used them as the fills again and made this lattice template, kind of like a die, and filled in some of the little pieces. And then we added a little periwinkle in here to fill in some of these color spots with some nice little sage color. So we're going to finish putting this together and see what this finished product looks like. This has been a labor of love, I'm not going to lie. I have been tediously, as I finish putting this little piece in, putting all of these little pieces in. And when I made the file in Cricut, I had to take out each individual piece, and each individual patterned paper had its own layer. And then I put all of them together and did a print and cut with it. So it was a labor of love, but it's going to be a beautiful card, and I think it'll be worth it in the end. We have some cute little florals here that we're going to add to it if we can get them to not stick. And we're going to put a little belly band on this bad boy. So let's see what we can make work. I got caught up on the episode. It took me a little bit, but I was able to get a replay in, and the cards they did were absolutely beautiful. And I toyed with the idea of doing my own watercolor again, but I was like, oh, I just did that a couple of weeks ago, so I wanted to do something just a little bit different. And I was flipping through somewhere, I think actually it was a Facebook page, and I saw a card that was using this lattice die, and oh my goodness, it was just gorgeous. And I wanted to try to replicate one or something similar to, of course, casing cards, right? Casing. And I think we did an okay job, other than I'm going to have glue shadow on mine. I originally wanted to pop it up a little bit, but I don't think that's going to happen. But it'll be okay. We're going to put that piece on that side. I almost cried when I cut this in half, going, oh goodness, please don't let this be a problem. Because I might have cried after all the work that it took to get this panel together. But it worked, I think. And we're going to try to piece it together as well as what we can. Perfection isn't always our thing, but close enough works well too. So yeah, I think that'll be good enough. And I think it's pretty. I didn't fold my card exactly in half, as we can tell. So my panel pieces are off. That checks out for me. But it's close. It's close. We'll take it. Could definitely be better. I don't like how jagged that is across there, but it is what it is at this point. It'll be okay. All right. So we have these front panel pieces on. We have 3 different patterned colors in there of our Monet colors. We are going to use a piece of bag. I know there was a questionnaire or a poll on the Facebook page, and I hadn't made it there yet, so I just didn't answer. I did print and cut because I didn't have paper that was the color that I wanted to match this. So I had to put my belly band in a couple of pieces too. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. But we're going to crinkle inkle with some bag on, doing a little bit of a almost tone on tone on our belly band here. And then we have a little sentiment piece we're going to put on here. And maybe even a couple of pearls or something pretty to add on with our little botanical pieces. All right, let's see. If you hear any shouting, I apologize, but it is World Cup, or Stanley Cup, I mean, and World Cup, but Stanley Cup at our house. So they're watching hockey, and sometimes it gets a little exciting. All right, let's put this together. We are going to just put a little stream of glue this together. And I'm probably going to put just a little strip of tape on here too, just to be sure we have a little extra hold on the back. There we go. Not a huge fan that this is also on there, but it'll be okay. All right, we're going to set that aside and let that dry for a second. And we are going to move on to our sentiment piece and the front banner piece here. Let's see if we can, thought maybe I could do this separately, but maybe not. I guess I'm going to have to wait until that dries to put all that together. It shouldn't take but just a second there, and then we'll throw some of these botanical pieces in behind here and see what we're going to do. I am not a big fan of how that panel is setting on here. We might have to play with that a little bit more later, but for right now, it's going to be what it's going to be. This little piece is just going to go on the inside as our mat, and I'm going to leave it blank for right now because I'm not sure what I'll use this card for yet. I can always add a little stamped sentiment inside if I need to, or I can just have a lot of extra room to write. Sorry, I probably pulled that too far down. Boy, I am just really putting everything crooked. It's not handmade if it's not crooked in my world, right? I like it. All right, let's see how this is coming along. We're going to call it dry. Good enough for today. There we go. Slap that around there and slap that around there. I think I have a Velcro dot that we might put on here instead of gluing this. We won't. We'll just let it slide off, on and off, right? And then that way I don't have to worry about that sentiment piece coming off. Let's just glue this down. We'll just glue that. I don't think I'm going to ink this or anything. I think I'm going to just leave it just the way it is. I might put that back in there. Yeah, no, I'm not. Just going to leave it like that. I didn't really test this beforehand. I've been working on this card for so many hours that I'm just kind of to the point of, it's going to be what it's going to be. Put it together. It'll be beautiful no matter what, right? It's handmade. It has to be beautiful. All right, let's tuck in a botanical here with one of these on top of it. A little periwinkle doodad on top there. And then over here, we're going to put one of those. And a little periwinkle on top of there too. What do we think? I think it's cute. I don't really think I need these. I printed them just in case, but I don't really think I need them. Let's just add a couple little dots here. 1, 2, 3. Add a couple little dots there just to hold that. And then we'll come over here on the other side and we'll just add a little bit right here for these stems to overlap those a little. Try to keep some of the glue off my fingers. We'll see how that works. Not at all. Go for the fingers. There we go. Just put it in there. Put a little bit on the back here. Flip that little guy around. Lay it down. These are kind of fragile, so we'll have to be careful with them. I'm just going to put some on this stem, and I'm going to let some of the actual flowers themselves stick up a little. I'm going to do the same thing back here on this one and do just a little bit of the stem. Hopefully some more of that glue dries so it's not so shiny. And of course, the hair. All right. I'm going to put a little glue on just the edges here till I know, whoops, excuse me, exactly where this is going to line up. I think somewhere around there should be good. Might have to move it over just a little bit, huh? Or not. It might already be stuck down. Tish. All right, let's try that. And then let's see if we can just kind of drop that in there and see how that looks. Not as huge of a fan of the fact that I can see those behind there, but it'll be okay. I'm toying with the idea of whether I want to pop this up or not. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see. Do we like it popped up? Actually, I do. That was a nice audition. Good job, Hello. All right. I think we are almost wrapping this card up here. We have our gatefold card. We have a nice little somewhat centerfold. It needs to be a little centered, but it's good enough. I like it. So we have gatefold card in the middle here with our middle panel. We have our Monet papers and colors. We have our botanicals on here, our little foliage for our natural. And we have crinkle inkle along our band and our belly band. So I think we did it. There is another card to complete, another week of using Cricut, and another week of making a video. We are hitting goals, friends. We are hitting goals. All right. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you soon.